everyone. Welcome to Tech Talks. My name is Michael Bertoni, and I'm the founder and CEO of Philly Tech. And again, really happy to have you here today. Tech Talks is dedicated to you out there, people like entrepreneurs, tech startups, software companies, people that even have ideas, guys. That's who the show is dedicated to. So make sure you come back every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. So I'm really excited to hear today, guys, because I have one of my best clients in a very awesome company for tech startups and software companies, Joe Callahan from Ciright Companies. Joe, great to have you here.
Great to be here, Mike.
Yeah.
Great to be here.
So I'm so excited, guys, because just tell you a quick story. I had Joe do my holiday party. He spoke at my holiday party last year, right? Had a lot of value from that. And then he became a client in 2019. And now he's back here at the end of the year, right? Doing the holiday party again, and we're talking on Tech Talk. So this is really awesome. So again, what Philly Tech does, again, it works with companies like Ciright and also the companies that Ciright works with, which Joe is gonna tell you about, which is really exciting. So Joe, with that, tell the audience a little bit about your background, even before you started Ciright. You were telling me stories. You know, Joe has so many stories. He's actually done a TED Talk, so he's pretty big time. So Joe, tell us a little bit about your background before you started Ciright. What was that like?
Wow, Philadelphia native. Right? Really love this city.
Yeah.
Born and raised in Juniata Park, which is part of North Philadelphia. Went to North Catholic. My father bought me an Atari computer, when I was in 8th grade. That was my first touch with technology.
Yeah.
And I was fortunate that my father worked for Pico, and he gave me my choice for college. He said, you can go. He gave me 3 choices. He said, you can go to Drexel, or you can go to Drexel, or you can go to Drexel, because that's where the L's going. So, had a great education, co-op experiences, and
That's phenomenal. So the company, Ciright, right? So how did it get created? Was it an idea in the beginning, or did it happen over time? Because I know you've been doing this for many years, Joe. Joe has been in the industry, like over 40 years probably, in technology and software, working with software companies. So how did the company get created? Ciright Companies, what was the germination of the idea for the company?
So, there was no intention really to start a company. I was coming out of school. I was fortunate enough to get hired by York International as a sales engineer. And I arrive at York, and this is in 1987. So I get out to the field office. Field office has maybe 35, 40 people in it, and probably 30 technicians at the time. And I arrive,
right,
and there are no computers. There's a Burroughs word processor is the only thing that's running the sales department,
right,
and it's nothing but paper and pen. And I'm astonished. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. So the necessity to be more organized than everyone else in the sales world, I purchased a 386 computer, IBM. Put a Lotus database on it, and started to organize my world.
Right.
And that was really the foundation of a Salesforce automation tool or a CRM tool that ultimately, over the years, became the foundation of Ciright.
Yeah. So guys, Ciright Companies, they work with a lot of organizations, a lot of software companies, a lot of tech startups, and Joe just had said it. He's built some foundational technology, foundational components that really add value to software startups and emerging tech companies. So tell the audience, Joe, a little bit about what is Ciright, right? In your mind, what is Ciright, and what do you guys do for clients?
Yeah, so the one thing that is really compelling and why Ciright is so unique and so different than anything else in the marketplace, we have over 1 million man hours of development in the platform.
Yeah.
And of those hours, 57,000 of those hours are mine. So all of that time is all in one core platform. We've never thrown anything out. So we started with a foundation, And we built this object-oriented environment that we layered on top of it, Java and JavaScript to deploy an unlimited number of applications that all connect back to the same core.
Yeah.
So what that enabled us to do was drive a digital transformation, to be able to take a company that was paper and pen, and how do you drive that business through efficiencies and automation.
Right.
So through my career at York, I was there for almost a decade, and I was passed up for the manager's job. And that was the moment that I said, I'm gonna leave. And I'd already started Ciright at that point. So we were already a software company. We were already in the marketplace in multiple industries. So we wound up buying a competitor, a representative firm in the marketplace, which was in last place. Of a $500 million market, this company was doing $6 or $8 million. Buy it, inject Ciright in as the environment and the platform, and digitally transform the organization. That today it's a $100 million business and generates over $1 billion of transactions through the Ciright platform.
Yeah.
So it's a compelling case study of somebody that wants to go through that process. How do you connect your customers and how do you connect your vendors electronically on your terms?
Yeah. It's great. So, guys, again, this platform as a service, PaaS. Right, Joe has really created this model within Ciright. Right, he's been doing this for many years, creating reusable technology, reusable components that allow organizations to grow fast and accelerate. Right, that's the business. So you were talking about it a little bit about that company, and I don't know what companies you can share because I know you partner with a lot of different companies. So tell us a little bit about what you actually do for some of these companies, because I know you've worked with over 50 companies, in terms of technology and software companies, but you have a core set of clients as well that you work with. So tell the audience a little bit about your partners, your clients, what you do for them, because I know there's a lot of things there.
Yeah, so we currently have equity positions in over 50 companies, and those companies all have fallen into our category that we call our TE partnerships, or technology equity partnerships.
Right.
So what we provide is we provide a core foundation to accelerate growth at reduced time frames and reduce cost, so that our goals as the technology provider and the company are mutually aligned.
Right.
We are comprehensively aligned with achieving this goal, and we eliminate this barrier and conflict, which in some cases is at an epidemic level in technology development.
Right.
And the one expression that I hear over and over is, I wish I'd met you $400,000 ago.
Right.
And they're already down a path with a development firm or some company, and there's conflict. Now, the reason there's conflict is simple, right? It's because change is constant. And as soon as there's a change, the company that's been contracted to develop it says, you're going to have to pay us for that change.
Right.
So it's inevitable that that model will ultimately fail. So the only way to prevent that is to get aligned, from an equity standpoint. So that's our one bucket, technology equity partnership. So if you're an entrepreneur, or if you're an individual that you have a skunkworks project inside a company, we have a 9-gated process that we go through, that we evaluate whether or not it's a fit to partner.
Right.
And we look at domain expertise, we look at relationships in the marketplace, moral compass alignment, and these gates all have values, and we score every opportunity. And we see hundreds of opportunities. Every day we see 2 or 3 opportunities come through our front door.
Right.
And it's all just based on word of mouth, because we do not have a sales force out selling this proposition. So that's our technology equity partnerships. On our digital transformation platform as a service, that's where a company wants to come in and say, we want to go through this digital transformation. We want to organize our employees, we want to organize our revenue lines, we want to organize our customers, we want to organize our transactions, our work, and our events.
Right.
So they can start with work and events, of which all companies have. If you don't have people doing work, you're struggling, I would assume. And if you're not attending events, you're not building or growing. And they're the 2 tips of the iceberg that connect into the entire environment.
Yeah. So guys, it was really exciting for me this year at Philly Tech and working just from the outside, seeing what Joe does, because I first started with helping him bring on a key person on his team to help him really lead a lot of this work with clients, right? I first did that. Then I started getting into the companies. So he's working with a lot of exciting companies. And I don't know what you can share, Joe, but I mean, some of the companies that we've been talking about this year, exciting technology. I mean, groundbreaking stuff, right? So I don't know what you can get into, but I'd love you
Yeah.
to tell the audience about some of the stuff like the card or what the company's trying to do with creating an engagement platform to drive revenue, right? Things like that. There's existing clients and there's new ones coming in the door. It's amazing. So Joe, can you talk about that?
Yeah, happy to. So we, in the fintech space, we pioneered a digital card, a microprocessor the size of a credit card.
Right.
And that company is launched through its beta program. It's relaunching, it's been recapitalized, and we're real excited about that.
Yeah.
Our other excitement is probably two other areas that are really exciting. We have an augmented reality heads-up display service workflow company that allows a service technician or a field technician to expose his environment to a remote team, so the remote team of experts can then see what he's seeing, hear what he's hearing.
Right.
So we're currently deployed, and that company is SmartTex. And I don't know if there's show notes or something, we can put the SmartTex URL in there.
Yeah, absolutely.
So we're currently deployed in France, working for the French Ministry of Defense, and we're deployed in one of the largest mining companies in South Africa. We're partnered with DuPont on their safety consulting business, so they're actually our channel to market, but it's really compelling technology that's a game changer for the last mile, that last mile of efficiency and utilization where your workforce is mobile and they need help. Yeah. So they're working on a machine, they have a question, the inefficiencies of texting and calling and emailing, so we're squeezing those hours and those minutes down so that the productivity is increased. Yeah. So that's in the workflow or the work automation digital transformation. Moving to digital media, so Source Digital, which we took a leadership equity position in Source almost 7 years ago, a plethora of patents around video production, video editing. One of our co-founders was the architect for Avid. I mean, he was the guy behind the scenes that designed non-linear video editing, which we all utilize today.
Right.
And we've changed the game with actionable content where the content in the commercial transaction is embedded in the content. Right. So think of it as commerce in content. So you're not clicking and leaving the experience. It's all embedded in the video itself with an overlay technology that you can curate any video. And this is a game changer. It's a game changer across all industries because video is our primary means of communication and knowledge gain today.
Right. So Joe, just to recap before we go for a commercial here, tell the audience again, there's people out there watching, they might have ideas, they might already have some tech out there. So just recap for the audience, what are the challenges that you help with, right? And then what is the value proposition that you provide?
Yeah, so we're very proud of the fact that we have a general purpose technology. And when we make the claim for a general purpose technology, it's technology that can be applied to all industries, whether they're consumer industries or whether they're industrial industries, governments, universities, because all industries have fundamentally the same foundation. They have people, they have revenue lines, they have people that they want to transact with, and they have transactions. So as long as you can normalize that data and connect it in a meaningful, efficient manner, we can help you as a company get more organized and start to eliminate the spreadsheets that are currently disparate and stagnant. They're not active data. Yeah. So we enable and activate, that digital organization of your world so that at the end of the day, you have this meaningful plan for the next day. You know what you've accomplished, and you come in the next day, or constantly working, always on, always off mindset. You're always on at home, you're always on at work, but if you're more organized, it gives you peace of mind. You don't have that overwhelming feeling that how am I going to accomplish all of this? Right. It allows you to prioritize and organize and delegate and follow up. So, we help people get structured to establish goals, their strategies, and what are the tactics to achieve those goals and measure them in real time.
Yeah. So great, guys. So come on back to Tech Talks in a few minutes because we're going to talk about the future of Ciright, some things that Joe sees with the future of technology because he's really tapped in. They've been focused in this T partnership, but now they're focused in really getting out to the market and selling apps, business apps. So we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. So come on back to Tech Talks.
or just want to eat like one, visit Rostelli Market Fresh, your home for the freshest, locally sourced ingredients to please everyone who loves great food. Our organic meats, quality seafood, and free-range poultry are cut fresh to order. Chefs create culinary-inspired prep foods made fresh every day, which pair nicely with our vast selection of fine wines and spirits. Choose from handmade pastas, artisan cheeses, organic produce, and grocery items, all from the finest purveyors. Rostelli Market Fresh, from our family to yours.
RVN TV is a platform for people of any industry to share their story. Over 285,000 viewers are tuning in to RVN TV shows monthly. We guarantee a great experience that you'll be sharing with everyone you know while increasing your personal and company's brand awareness. But what is your brand? According to Forbes, it's a combination of your logo, your product, your design and feel, and your personality. Did you know that aside from being a guest, we offer even more opportunity to boost your brand? Adding your company logo and website on screen during your interview will allow viewers to recognize your brand instantly. Incorporating images and video clips is another great way to showcase your product during your live segment. Let viewers see how good you really are. And most importantly, there's you and your interview. For less than the cost of a newspaper, direct mail, or a magazine ad, you can leave our studio and within 48 hours have a permanent digital copy of your live segment to link to your social media, embed into your company website, or use in email marketing. Investing in your brand is so very important, and we can't wait to have you as a guest.
Shelter dogs aren't broken. They've simply experienced more life. If they were human, we would call them wise. They would be the ones with tales to tell and stories to write, the ones dealt a bad hand who responded with courage. Do not pity a shelter dog. Adopt one.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Tech Talks. My name is Michael Bertoni and I'm the founder and CEO of Philly Tech, and I'm here with one of my best clients, Joe Callahan from Ciright Companies. So it's been an exciting talk, guys, and during the break, Joe really wanted to touch on some innovative things that he's doing with Drexel. So if you remember, Joe is a relationship guy. He went to Drexel, stayed in contact with Drexel, and now he's doing some pretty big things with Drexel and partnering with them. So Joe, explain to the audience what you're doing there.
Yeah, so great. Yeah, I am a very proud dragon, right? So being educated at Drexel. So we looked at all the spaces where technology transformation's occurring. You know, we've had the fintech and the med tech. And now, looking at the university world, ed tech, what's the technology behind universities? And, we're fortunate enough to gain the insight from co-ops, that work within our company of all the challenges that they have, with just getting things through the process and the bureaucracy of higher education.
Right.
So we looked at it, and so we made the commitment. So we donated all of our IP and all of our technology to Drexel University. So it was a massive contribution, so that the university now has a perpetual and irrevocable license to everything that we've spent our lifetime building.
Nice.
And the university, with the support of President Fry, is taking the approach that over the next decade, which he termed the moonshot, is how do we look at every system on campus, and with the support of the CTO and all of the departments within the university, they're looking at the needs and systems and what has to change, what have to be integrated, so everything can be seamlessly connected in 10 years.
Yeah.
And the cost for that is drastically reduced from their current budget. So we're going to take the current budget and take it from X to a fraction of X, but all through these meaningful connections from app-based communication.
Yeah.
And it's a heavy lift, but we're fully supporting it, and we've got the support of the university.
Yeah, so that's pretty exciting. I actually saw from Rich some of the kind of beginning things you're doing. So what do you see, what are some things we might see with Drexel in the next, say, year, right?
Yeah, so,
I mean, what are some little apps, little things that you're going to be like, wow, that's Ciright,
yeah.
right?
So the first app that will be released will be the Events app. and it's an enterprise events app that connects to 160 calendars across the university, so that you as a student, as an alumni, as a faculty member, as a staff member, as a parent, as a visiting student, all of those different personas have access to different calendars, and you can provision it all, from a single application, and they're all connected to the existing world, so we do not disrupt how the business are processed inside the departments today.
Nice, nice. So in terms of what, again, going back to Ciright, and because people always like stories, so what would you say are like the top 2 or 3 clients or stories where you're like, geez, we are really adding value to this company?
So unequivocally, the greatest accomplishment that we've been able to achieve is by taking, this small company that was called Thermal Products. And there were 2 individuals that were in their 60s that were looking to transition and sell the business. And my partner and I, were able to acquire the business and then take that through the digital transformation. And, and that was 22 years ago. And that process, over the years, served as an iteration of what the needs are for an environment to grow, and not just about the digital transformation of the information, but creating a platform that enables a culture for people to have a meaningful employment experience that they want to come to work. So the whole HR process of allowing people to communicate and be rewarded for their efforts and their activities, and our retention rate within that company currently, I can't remember the last time we lost someone, quite honestly, that they leave. So that the platform has enabled that, so that, by far is our greatest accomplishment.
So in terms of what Ciright is doing, again, and I have some information, I kind of see this from the outside, is, again, they have this TE partnership, guys. So if you have ideas, if you have technology, you can work with them. Now the future, Joe. So if you think of a company, guys, think of a company like Salesforce when they started. Think about when they were small. They had an idea to build a platform around CRM. And then, if you don't know this in the audience, hundreds or thousands of apps have been built off of the Salesforce platform, right? So when I look at Ciright, I see something here that you could do the same thing, right? And we're in the beginnings of this right now. You've been building apps for a long time, but I'm excited about it because you have the potential to literally build a Salesforce-like company in Philly, right? Right. Let's talk unicorn.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's do it. So tell the audience about the future, right? So you have the T. Now we want to build software and apps for the marketplace. Tell them about that. That's exciting.
Yeah. So so we have historically never had a channel, right? And historically our phone just rang. So we're launching our channel partnerships, which is going to enable other companies to become part of our process to enable their wagon to have an additional tool in it that they can sell to businesses. That's all provided as a utility. So we're transitioning from this software as a service to software as a pure utility. And that utility is tied back to your CPU usage, your bandwidth consumption, and your storage capacity. So that every employee in a company can have a different bill based on how they've utilized the system. And that bill can be 50 cents a month, or it can be $30, $40, $50 a month per user. And that scalability and that flexibility will enable companies and enable our channel to take companies through their digital transformation. So if you're interested in becoming a channel partner, we have channel partner meetings, out in Conshohocken at our headquarters. People can come learn about the technology and understand what the commitment is to help drive these barriers to marketplace for other technology companies. Because if we can gain others to become part of our ecosystem, if the age-old expression, if you want to go fast, go alone. Right? If you want to go far, go together. Well, we're planning on massively expanding our channel, and we're going to do it in a metropolitan by metropolitan area across the country. So we've got a whole plan for it, city by city, and we're starting in Liberty Valley. So if you didn't know, Liberty Valley is Philadelphia. And we believe that Liberty Valley has so much to offer from a creativity standpoint, from an entrepreneurship standpoint, from a disruptive technology standpoint. The university market, the healthcare market, the pharma market, it's all right here. And we believe we can challenge the giants of industry if we collectively align our resources and our goals.
Yeah, so guys, we talked earlier about what a platform as a service is, and I want to simplify it for everybody out there so they understand, right? So Joe has said that million hours have gone into building this platform. For the technical people in our audience, think of that as you can expose APIs to the world, right? So Ciright with their T partnerships has been exposing these APIs, helping companies build technology, right? Now they're going to expose APIs in order for people to come in, build apps. You guys build apps, right? So it's really exciting, and I just want the audience to understand that in a very simplified way, right? So Joe, is that correct? I mean,
Yeah, that's a line. That's a line.
Yeah.
So I think one of the unique things that we're looking at from our channel partnerships, however, they're not just technology companies, people that have been selling technology. We're looking at the people that are the consultants that come in to do CEO coaching. We're looking at the companies that do the accounting firms, right? If you think about it, the accounting firms were the first real technology salespeople when they took, your general ledger and your accounts receivable and put it into an IBM mainframe 40 years ago. Right. And so it was the accountant that said, here's what you need to do. Now, most accountants are not really immersed in technology. Yeah. So we're seeing this consolidation of accounting firms and people looking to build their own platforms. So that's another key, core focus area for us.
Yeah. So last question, guys. It's been a great program. In terms of the future, so the future of Ciright and the future of things that you get excited about, right? There's future about Ciright. We're talking about it. Talk about the future of where you think your company's going to be in 5 or 10 years, and what are things that are exciting you in terms of what's technology out there that you're excited about?
Yeah, that's a great question. We actually just completed our 30-year plan. So I don't know how many companies plan for 30 years.
Right.
So we've mapped out the next 3 decades of what we are going to accomplish and how we're going to accomplish it. Yeah. And it is such an amazing time to be alive. I mean, right now it is as if we are in the Renaissance, okay? And the whole world is going to change.
Right.
And it's going to happen very quickly, with autonomous vehicles and med tech and crime, reduction. So our plan over the next 10 years is to continue down our course, by continuing to build our technology equity partnerships. We're going to build that portfolio to hundreds of companies. Right. And then we're also going to take our platform as a service and utility and build that by empowering a channel.
Right.
And so those 2 parallel paths, will have a monumental impact on us for growth.
Yeah, so a couple things to end here on. Joe, where can they find you? Because I know you obviously have Ciright. Where can they find you on Twitter? And what are some things maybe you're looking for at Ciright right now?
Yeah, so great. So my go-to medium for communication is LinkedIn, right? So not a day goes by that I don't get connected with someone that's doing something fascinating somewhere in the world. It's kind of amazing. You can find us at Ciright.com. And contact us. There's a very simple form that you can fill out. That form gets processed by a robot on the back end, and nice. A series of questions may then be sent back to you via email. But ultimately, we can be contacted, right through there, either of those 2 mediums.
And you had said, I think to me earlier, that you might be looking for some people or some.
Yeah, we're always looking for good people. Yeah. We're always looking for people that are passionate, that are curious, that are driven, self-driven, intrinsically motivated. People that are smart, right? People that care, the people that want to solve the problems that we're all facing today. The human social service, human needs problems that have to be addressed.
Yeah.
And internships and co-ops, people that are looking to transition their careers, creative people, people that are,
great,
that are good.
So guys, it's been a great show. I really appreciate you coming. Again, come back to Tech Talks every Wednesday at 12:30 p.m. where we talk to great founders, great technical people, and we really learn about the future of tech. So come back to Tech Talks. Thanks.